morning mga kaibigan and welcome to another episode of In My Toolbox. This is your weekly talk show exclusively here on PHLV. Tonight mga kaibigan, we delve into the realms of finance and business, exploring pertinent topics aimed at providing insights and guidance. It's crucial to emphasize now that while we offer expertise here, we are not legal or tax advisors. Therefore, the information shared here should not substitute to personal advice tailored to your specific circumstances. Mga kaibigan, always seek the counsel of qualified professionals before making any significant decisions. Again, my name is Enrico. I'm an economist, financial expert, business consultant, and entrepreneur. Stay connected with me through PHLV Radio, Facebook, or drop me an email at enrico.inmytoolbox@gmail.com. Mga kaibigan, let's dive to our topic tonight. Here we go. What's the difference between sales and marketing? Well, you know, guys, that has been a huge question with regard to the difference between sales and marketing in the business world, right? So basically, mga kaibigan, sales and marketing teams, they have the same goal of getting a customer to purchase a product or service, right? But the role of each is really different in terms of scope, the tactics, and the tools, right? So sales and marketing are the two major components that you as a business person need to run a successful business. But both marketing and sales, they actually work in tandem with the ultimate goal, as I've said, of finding, attracting, and retaining customers for your company. So these two departments, mga kaibigan, have similar goals, right? The methods only is something that's different when they're actually reaching the market. So while marketing focuses more on the top funnel, you know, like reaching a target audience or they generate leads, the sales department, on the other hand, it actually focuses on the bottom of the funnel, you know, when they try to ensure that customers go through with their purchases. So, learning about the difference between sales and marketing and the value of each field now brings to your business, you know, an overall overview of your company's performance over time. So, the difference between sales and marketing, mga kaibigan, you know, to simply put, marketing, it actually builds awareness. Marketing, it actually attracts, you know, get leads to your businesses. Now, while sales, it actually converts those leads that marketing has done, you know, into paying customers. So businesses, they actually need to use a holistic, a collaborative, you know, a systematic approach that actually involves both of these departments, that they need to work in tandem together to reach this goal, again, of getting these customers to purchase your product or services, right? So we always look at sales and you know, sales versus marketing. Well, sales and marketing, they may overlap, you know, on some of their goals at sometimes, right? And even their responsibilities. But there are several more important distinctions between the two. So let's talk about the scope, okay? Let's talk about the scope of sales and marketing, how they're actually similar to each other. Marketing and sales, you know, the strategies of each of these actually work to target prospects. Okay, in sales and in marketing, prospecting is very important, right? And now, this prospect, what we want to do is to convert them into paying customers. That's the real goal, right? Sales and marketing, that's the similarity. So the ultimate goal of selling, and then it actually goes to increase your business revenue. So that's, you know, the similarity between sales and marketing. But on the other hand, you know, how they are different is that a sales team and a marketing team scope can actually be different regarding on who owns which part of that funnel that I was talking to you about a while ago. So traditionally, mga kaibigan, the B2C and the B2B marketing strategies, they actually focuses on the upper portion of the funnel, as I've said a while ago. And then there's a handoff after doing that top of the funnel. They hand it off to sales somewhere in the middle of that funnel. And then the sales will handle the bottom of the funnel. Okay, so that's the difference between sales and marketing in terms of their scope. Now, the tactics that I was mentioning a while ago, how they're similar in tactic is that both sales and marketing, they want to appeal to customers' wants and needs. So that's the similarity, right? But how these two are different in the tactics is that sales tactics often involves one-on-one contact with leads, including in-person meeting. So there could be product demonstration or there's conference to engage with new customers directly. But marketing tactics, on the other hand, it actually involves wide-reaching actions like direct mail campaigns, radio spots, search engine optimization when you use your internet, right? Your websites, right? Social media ads. They also use some brand ambassadors to reach a broad audience. That's marketing tactics for you. And sometimes you can also use automation for your marketing tactics, just to allow marketers to serve contents to leads more efficiently. So that's the difference between the tactics of sales and marketing. So now, we talked about scope, the difference, similarities, the tactics, the difference, the similarities. Now let's talk about the tools that you use for sales and marketing, how they are similar. So sales and marketing, they actually both benefit from a lot of digital tools out there, that actually track data for you. How they're different is that sales often focus on direct interaction with customers. They need these tools, to build relationship. You call this relationship management. Customer relationship management, you always hear that, CRMs. There's a lot of CRM softwares out there. Now, the capacity of that is to collect, to organize, and to analyze the information about customers and how they actually journeyed through your processes. This is really the core sales tool of the company. Okay, so now marketing, it actually casts a wider net to reach customers on various channels. So they need tools to get insights. Marketing uses performance. They measure performances. And of course, they also manage the campaign tools, that they actually use. So that's the difference and similarities of sales and marketing in terms of tools. Now, people, the teams, the people inside sales and marketing, how they are similar. Sales and marketing, mga kaibigan, we call them the professionals, right? They actually follow a hierarchy of responsibility. That's similar for both sales and marketing, right? So each employee has their own goals and objectives. Now, this goals and objectives is to drive engagement, number one, and of course to drive profit. So in some other cases, both of these departments are responsible for lead generation and nurturing customers, after sales, after they bought the product or services for a long time. Now, how they're different, sales and marketing, they actually require different areas of expertise and experiences. Now, listen to this, guys, right? So marketing teams actually may include the role like writers, graphic designers, illustrators, and have all of these individuals that who, especially nowadays, specializes in social media, because you'll need some video, you'll need some content strategies, you need to, what I mentioned a while ago, search engine optimization. Now, the sales team, puts the marketing team work into play, right? So they ensure customers make the final decision that they will be investing in your product or the services that you offer. A sales team now, they set quotas. They have volumes. They talk a lot about volumes. This is something that they measure with regard to their performances. In most cases, mga kaibigan, these are based on a very short period of time. So it could be monthly, but mostly I see is quarterly, that they measure their sales performance. So good sales professionals, right? They are very good in storytellers. They have high confidence. They have excellent communication skills. These sales professionals, they must know how to pitch their product or services. They know how to leverage the company's message, and they have to really know how to deal with people, one-on-one. So that's the difference between the roles of sales people and marketing people as well. So I hope you got those topics really clearly there. So let's just talk about a primer on sales, right? So sales, it actually refers to the entire process of facilitating and completing a sales transaction. So all of the sales teams that they deal with every stage of the sales process. Well, guys, when you talk about sales process, there are different steps. Different companies look at sales process differently. But basically, when you look at sales process, it talks about from prospecting, because prospecting is very important. That's the bottom line of sales. They have to know how to do prospecting, right? To education, of course, to conversion. Education means the presentation of your product or services, and conversion is closing in some aspects of the sales process. So a sales organization can actually scale from a single person to a department subdivided into a lot of teams. So you can be just by yourself or you're talking to a team. So let's talk about that. The primary sales. There's, again, I mentioned a while ago, sales representative or sales professionals, right? So a sales professional are actually employees who deal with customers one-on-one. They're just out there doing the grind. Okay, so, but there's also what you call an inside sales rep who actually works remotely. While outside sales, what I mentioned a while ago, they actually go to people face to face, right? So this sales professional might be tasked with anything from cold calling, or up to creating and sending some educational materials, to attending in-person meeting, to meet all these goals. So your position if you're doing that grind, right? So another one would be sales manager. Well, sales manager is very easy. It's a multi-person. It's a multi-person that deals with a sales team. They handle a team. What I mean to say, that this sales manager oversees the whole sales product of everybody in the sales team. Right? So sales management, it actually ensures that these sales professionals have all the necessary tools and they have to follow the sales strategy given to them. So, the sales manager can also set targets and they can also set strategies. They also analyze customer data and they also can train new sales rep for the company. That's sales manager. Okay, there's another term here, as a primary of sales, right? So sales specialist. So a sales specialist, or sometimes we call them sales consultants, right? So this is actually a person with the most in-depth knowledge about a product or knowledge or services, because they're often responsible for product-specific market research. They conduct product demos, right? And they also do some troubleshooting. Basically, they're the frontliners for you, okay? So account executive is another one. The account executive is the higher level of sales professionals. Typically, they focus on bringing in new business. They write sales proposals. They negotiate with clients, and they actually close deals. Account executives don't usually find and recruit leads, but sometimes they do, but they can be more responsible for many high or low level responsibilities in a smaller scale business. For other business types like B2B businesses, this account executive might be a full cycle sales rep, who handles the account from initial from prospecting, up to the closing of a sale. Okay, so customer service. Well, sometimes the role of sales doesn't end with a transaction. Sales can also include the customer success function, where they actually focus on retention. That's why you would want to have customer success, because they focus on retention. You may, everything, your sale is just a start, but how you can retain Your customers is another story. So they're being charged with or their role is to foster positive relationship with all of these existing clients that the company has. They can also do some renewal of sales, and they can actually facilitate some new purchases as they talk to the clients. Okay, so that's sales. That's a primer of sales. Let's now talk about primer on marketing. So we already know marketing. This is actually a set of strategies that your business or businesses use to attract potential customers to your product or the services that you offer. So a good marketing strategy, they always focus on 4 key factors. I always use this one, and I always think of this one. I always look at it as the 4 P's of marketing. So the product, the price, the place, and the promotion. The product, of course, you already know that. That's the good or the services that you offer itself, right? The price is what the customer pays. The place is where and how the goods are being marketed by you. And the promotion is the advertising strategy, how you're going to be promoting it. So the marketing team, all of these activities that they have, it may include, number 1, market research. There's always going to be a team that conduct market research to understand a company's target audience and your market. And they can also do some forecasting on the trends, what's happening in the trends of the market, right? Another thing could be brand strategy. Marketing must answer the question, who are we as a company? So basically, a brand strategy is answering the question of who are you, or who is your business? Because this actually impacts how the business is going to present itself to the market. From the design of the product, from the website that you have, the language that you use, when you're talking to the customers, those encompasses, on a high level of what a brand strategy is all about. Another thing could be channel strategies. Marketing, it actually leverages channels to reach a certain business audience. So that's why you guys always, you're very familiar nowadays, social media marketing, or there's what you call an email marketing, or even digital advertising. Well, there's still a lot of direct mails going on out there, but these are just to name a few of some of the channel strategies that you can use. Another thing for marketing would be public relations. Okay, so there's always going to be publicists that will be reaching out to media outlets, for you to be able, or for them to be able to raise awareness on your products and services. Another thing on marketing could be customer acquisition and retention. We spoke about, customer retention a while ago. Marketing can also do that. This actually involves the creation of an excellent customer experience to get someone to buy your product or services for the first time. So usually, mga kaibigan, these activities that I mentioned about marketing, it's actually usually assigned to various specialists on a marketing team. So very, 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 small team, but very specialized when you are in a marketing team, from social media strategies to brand managers, etc. For this actually goes for small businesses. They might be able to consolidate it to, by the way, guys, all of this, if you have a small business, you may be able to consolidate it all to one marketing manager role who knows all of those, right? The expertise of those channels, or expertise of those activities that I mentioned a while ago. Right. So again, managing sales and marketing department can also be similar and also be different. There are some few strategies out there for managing sales and managing marketing teams, just to be able to streamline your success in your business. So let's talk about identifying tensions. All right. So marketing and sales can sometimes, they actually fight. With my experience before with my previous corporate work, there really is a division between sales and marketing. You'd feel that, especially on big corporations. You'd feel that. They usually butt heads, while the other one creates sales, the other one spends money, right? So if overall sales are very low, or a new product has not performed yet as expected, the marketers might be, they may take the blame on they may put the blame on sales professionals for being ineffective in selling their strategies, right? So on the other hand, right? So if there's going to be sales, very poor sales, and then these salespeople may feel like marketing is not really providing enough leads for them, or the marketing is not even reaching the right audience for them. In short, marketing is not talking to the right market, right? So there's a lack of communication or understanding of specific roles for these departments, and that actually what creates tension between sales and marketing. So if you have sales and marketing department in your business, with having this both sides having an unclear about the responsibilities of each other, there goes the tension. So what do we do? Of course, there's what you call aligning the communication. So if you have sales and marketing department in your business, you have to have strong communication. And this communication should be very effective in a way that it will be able to align these two departments. Aligning both departments with regard to the customer's journey, or a clear delineation of what is expected of each team, will be able to help clarify the objective. And if that's so, it will make better of use of your available resources in your company or in your business. So like a service level agreement, an SLA, this could actually give a clear definition of partnerships terms and outline each department's specific goals and accountability. That's very important, right? If you are able to lay out accountability options, especially if targets are not met. So these things, the service level agreement, can also help align everyone in both departments. Now, ensuring that data and research are shared across the team is also very crucial as part of your alignment process. Wow. This is a lot, right, guys? But then again, come to think of it, there really is a demarcation line between sales and marketing. That's the reason why I want to talk to you guys about that. So you know how to differentiate it, and your people know how to position themselves as well. Who actually is going to do what? Now, know what to prioritize, of course, right? So not all companies can or want to have both sales and marketing. That's understandable. Especially some business focuses on digital marketing efforts and charge marketers with the responsibility of both growing their reach of the market and converting people to purchase. For some, the rise of digital commerce or e-commerce has actually, diminished the need of dedicated sales department. In some cases that's true, but that depends on some of your products and services, but it did really have an effect, right? So many customers, especially guys in the beauty and fashion markets, they no longer need a person to help themselves to sell them a product when they can already purchase everything online. Something like that, right? So for some businesses, this still can help them streamline their necessary expenditures, because instead of maintaining a brick and mortar, it's all now online, and they just have to figure out where else to allocate their time and attention. Okay, so other companies actually focuses on sales effort. You always hear a B2B company, right? They actually sells a specialized product to a niche market or a niche audience. For example, one might invest in the sales team first, right? But the others will not. So a single sale might yield a high revenue and a long-term relationship for this company. So again, mga kaibigan, it's just a matter of what type of business, product, or services that you're in. This is going to be applicable if you need sales and marketing together, or you just have to have a sales team, or you just have to have a marketing team. So that depends on your situation. So let's now talk about gaining competitive advantage when we improve sales and marketing. So sales and marketing are, again, I mentioned that in the beginning, they're very heavily intertwined fields or departments but they have their own separate objectives. We already know that by now. But essentially, marketing is let's see, a helicopter, right? So there's a launch pod. So that's marketing. The launch pod is marketing, okay? You know, that's the launch pod of your helicopter. Your helicopter is your sales plan, right? So this is, you know, while sales is the helicopter, which is the actual execution of your business. Aligning these departments and knowing who's going to do what can actually facilitate a very harmonious cooperation between these two departments. Now, definitely this will be able to help you grow, and there's going to be an impact in the bottom line of your business over time, right? So, well, mga kaibigan, I think that's just the idea that I would want to put in front of you, the difference between sales and marketing, with a lot of this tension out there with regard to, okay, do I need sales? Do I need marketing, right? So I hope this topic gave you a little bit of an insight of how to differentiate sales and marketing depending on the product and services and how huge your business is. Again, mga kaibigan, my name is Enrico Pobre. Now you're listening again to another episode of In My Toolbox. I'm signing off.